Battle rap is a multifaceted medium. It's a theater of character assassination, a sport of lyrical acrobatics, an art form of explicit expression, and the purest form of hip hop. In this culture, there's a focus on views, status, stature, and money. But there's also a focus on hierarchy, competition, innovation, and many other ideals of hip hop. The Speaking Our Language show has worked diligently to examine the greatness, legacy, advancement, and the overall history of the sport. To do our further due diligence, we took the time to highlight the achievements and accolades of all the elites in the culture. Furthermore, we took even more time to construct a list to rank the greatest battlers to ever do it. So welcome to the Speaking Our Language show's top 50 greatest battlers of all time. Before we get into the production, I do want to give a small background. The list was finalized on March 31st, 2024. Any developments or occurrences past this date may or may not be accounted for in this production. Also, the rankings were constructed through a point system based on averages. Spots 1 through 10 will receive 110 to 101 points. 11 through 20 will receive 90 to 81 points. 21 to 30 would receive 70 to 61 points. 31 to 40 will receive 50 to 41 points. And 41 to 50 will receive 30 to 21 points. Each artist had their total points tallied across 7 lists from myself and 6 other committee members. The total points were then averaged out and gave way to the final rankings. In regards to eligibility, a battler had to have 10 or more 3-round battles on camera, and the criteria was heavily structured behind resume, notable wins, accolades, distinctions, and impact. Let's get into the show. The General is one of the most revered battlers in the early stages of battle rap. He took the YouTube world by storm with his incredible flow and unmatched conviction. While he did take a time to adjust to the new age, he never cowered away. Reed Dollaz has fought with the best of them. Since he returned to battle rap, he has clashed with a barrage of greats. And while he has taken some lumps, he's also dealt some damage himself. Namely beating T-Rex, Rum Nitty, and Murder Mook in his back-to-back SM outings, and also having great clashes with Chess, Ill Will, Sue Surf, and an incredible battle with Easy the Block Captain just last year on the Trenches League. The impact and innovation is there, but there's also a level of evolution shown with his ability to compete with newer talent on major cards. The Philly General will forever remain a staple for the city of Philadelphia and for the battle rap sport, as he not only serves as one of the best pure rappers in the sport, but also one of the most influential.
When it comes to underrated battle rappers, Pass is one of those people that comes to mind as someone whose skill is almost overshadowed by his longevity. But if you really look at his career, that spans more than a decade, you'll see that Pass's skill has translated any platform that he's been able to go on and creating classics and incredible performances with the same style. Something that not a lot of people, even on this list, have been able to do. Although he might not have the recognition of many of the other people you might see on this list, nobody on this list can deny his skill. Passwords is one of the most skilled and prolific writers and rappers on this list, period. When you talk about one of the most underrated battlers in the history of battle rap, who deserves the accolades that he may or may not receive, and that hopefully he receives after this list, Real Deal is at the top of everybody's mind, especially mine. Former King of the Dot champion, he has an incredible catalog on that platform, and he knows how to win. That's one of the most important things you're going to see on this list, is the ability to win battles. Not just produce great quality footage, not just be consistent, not just having the ability to create classic moments, but win battles. Somebody whose skill at first glance, you might not even recognize how good he is. But if you actually sit down and watch, you'll see that Real Deal is an incredible angler, incredibly diverse and adaptable to multiple situations. And although a lot of his catalog is KOTD and KOTD adjacent, you're gonna see that a lot of people might not understand how good Real Deal actually is. Multiple defenses, if not the most defenses of anybody who owns the chain. That's verified wins. And more so than anything else, especially between the pandemic era before and after, Real Deal proved that he is a solidified go-to guy on anybody's league. Real Deal deserves the flowers, and I hope he gets them now. I'm saying justice for Charlie.
Marv 1. Timeless. We could look all the way back at the jump-off days against Ilmac and Thesaurus, one half of one of the greatest 2-on-2s we've ever seen. Even beyond that, battles with Geechee B-Dot, K-Shine, DNA, Steams and Chess. Timeless. They really could take a lot of credit for sparking this whole 2-on-2 movement. Independently, I think about the Lada Z battle, A-Verb on Grind Time, Cortez on the URL. Remember, Cortez and Verb was some of those guys at this time. Marv arguably winning, or at minimum competing on the level with these guys. You fast forward, KOTD tournament run. At that stage in his career, still competing like a new guy, all the way to the finals. The hunger shown, the skill level. I feel like Marv started out as a heavy hitter in the game. I think he transitioned into more of a neutralizer. It's quiet when Marv starts rapping. 15 plus years in the game. I think sometimes we get enamored with the flash and flare of battle rap, and this is probably across the board. It's like the NBA. We look at the fancy crossover, the 360 windmill dunk. We forget about the guys like Tim Duncan, Jokic, just casually dropping 26, 12, 6, 3, and 3 in those same games against that same competition. To me, that's Marv. Even more recent showings, Holmesy, Ace Amin. Marv still getting better at this stage in his career. I think some of the highest praise you can receive is when your peers, the guys you came up with, who are now considered legends, respect you as a legend. That's some of the highest gratitude that can be received in the game. That's where Marv is at. And I still think there's a lot more for Marv to do in this game, which is also scary.
Official, one of the greatest female battle rappers of all time, a legend, first ballot Hall of Famer, Queen of the Ring, URL, King of the Dot, many other multiple platforms. Quite frankly, one of the best punchers to touch the game, and innovative, creative punchlines, aggressive, with multiple moments versus Jazz, Tay Rock. What can I say? I would say she laid a lot of groundwork in female battle rap, and you can't really speak about it enough, honestly. Probably one of the greatest moments in female battle rap history is her versus Jazz the Rapper. And you know, her record speaks for itself, her performances speak for herself versus men and females.
Cortez made a name for himself by not only creating a major presence for the Latin community in battle rap, but also being a trailblazer and high-level contributor to battle rap's advancement. While he doesn't always get the credits he deserves, there's a lot of firsts to mention when discussing his career. Among the 100-plus battles he's given us in his storied career, he has standout battles against T-Top, Hitman Holla, Disaster, Hollahan, Head Ice, Daylight, Big K, and Pass. I should also mention that he's also a person who has been on various leagues in various countries to showcase his world-class talent. You can see high-profile battles in Lion's Den, Grind Time, and URL, which is a rarity when you really think about it. As a battler who has spent 17 years in the game, we could say his legitimate prime was 10 years after his start with excellent feats in between. Cortez is a true MC who will never run out of raps and one of the best ambassadors the culture has to offer. Shoddy horror has broke barriers that many people can only dream of doing. Even though battle rap is a global phenomenon, Shoddy horror worked extremely hard to garner and demand respect for the UK. His mega battle with Arsenal the Rebel stands out superiorly, but his other battles against other titans like Tony D, Shuffle T, Unanimous, Daylight, Math Hoffa, and John Nadan further add to the legend and make him one of the biggest artists in the world. Besides his amazing rap ability and wide charisma, he just knows how to put on a show in every single outing. And this is even more evident when you see he averages 1.5 million views a battle. With less than 25 catalog battles, he has found a way to make himself internationally known and one of the best battle rappers across the pond. Bill has done a lot more than collect checks and dip. He also helped usher a new wave of talent with his PG class, created storied rivalries with all-time greats, and progressed into one of the most accomplished battlers in the last 5 years. Bill came in as one of the most polarizing acts in the start with his off-kilter animated style. After a series of years, he not only fine-tuned his style to reconnect with the audience, but he also became one of the most unorthodox battlers to face. His resurgence from 2018 on features great clashes with A Ward, Hitman Holla, Mike P, T-Top, Tay-Rock, McMyron, Holmesy the God, and Paz. The latter two are both finalist appearances he made in UM2 and King of the Dot Season 1. Within a 2-year span, Bill Collector became the first ever King of the Dot season champion without being a King of the Dot mainstay. And the run is not only impressive due to the historic elements of the tournament, but also the superb rapping that was displayed in all of his outings. In the last 5 years, Bill Collector stamped himself as one of the most entertaining jack of all trades and a legend.
Award. Whenever you're doing lists like this, there's always somebody currently active making an impact, working his way up the ladder past another tenured battle rappers for their contributions right now, and that's Award. Last 3 years, top 3, top 5 off impact alone. Award just does everything. Flow, cadence, delivery, haymakers, bars, entendres, freestyles, rebuttals. Just no chinks in his armor. I know he's got battles that predate KOTD even. I think it goes back to the Connects, even a battle on A-Hat, but my first view of Award was a GZ battle against Franchise. There was no denying top tier potential. No denying. We're talking wars. Wars with Chef Trez, Sharon, Danny, Ill Will, classic, infinite replay value. Vixen, Verb, Geechee twice, Rum Nitty, clean paper. Even in tough battles like Cortez, Big K, DNA, Ilmac, you go out of these battles saying, that's one of the best versions of the opposition I ever seen. The level of quality in these battles, I think, is why the impact is so high and why Award is able to go up the ranks so quickly.
In this current decade, there's not one individual that's been discussed inside and outside the ring more than Easy the Block Captain. While many people will argue that Easy took a while to get on the scene, one can't deny the impact he's had approaching halfway through the decade. When Easy entered the first Ultimate Madness tournament, Easy would not only make a name for himself, but also build a streak like no other preceding the tournament. And in the midst of this streak, he became one of the newest stars and one of the most impactful artists in this game. Even though it's been a short stint, holistically, his resume already includes Hall of Famers like Goods, Cortez, John Jonadon, K-Shine, T-Top, Hitman, Disaster, Charlie Clips, Redalis, T-Rex, Calico, and more. Not to mention the big stages he's faced those individuals on to develop his impressive body of work. Easy the Block Captain is, and looking to remain, one of the best active battlers in the world, and with the many names that still left for him in the battle, he could potentially be higher in the ranks by the end of this decade.
The crazy rubber handle, the crazy grip, throwing bullets to the safety clip. Days I played the strip, the banger hit, the flame is lit, hammers arise, Superman is alive, the blazer fit.
Have y'all ever noticed when City hit a little rhythm like this and he think he really did it? Trying to make all them syllables fit, you looking silly with it? You can never be on my level, you reach and still ain't get it? He know this town business is way beyond city limits.
You pray to God you see the plug when he pulls up on your block. I prayed to God when I saw the plug and had to pull it on my pops.
I still threw all my chips in. I'm a sound bet. Niggas love pointing out the fact that I'm fat. Am I a little too round? Yes. But that only proves I would have been an incredible drug dealer, Geechee. I ain't lost a pound yet.
Feet out, give a shot. Just in case that blatant, she'll get thrown down the shaft like Isaac Hayes shit, them bullets contagious. They'll get everybody you played with. That chopper pick niggas up with no warning. It's a slave ship.
We got magnums, cereal scratch off, cause the grams is golden. He tried to lock pick. Ratchets blowing. The next time y'all hear that, his casket's closing.
I was battling on the street corner since I had a bus pass and a pocket full of dust caps. People hate it. People hate it. Fuck that. I handled the positive and the negative like a blood bank. Me.
Fall back before I slide to this mouse pad with hot stuff. The right click here for help, but on facial recognition, you not tough. Glocks dump. Once shots enter passwords wrong 3 times, he locks up.
I got
Miss Queen in my rear view like, oh, wow. I'm looking out over the chrome crowd. I done switched the whole style. Cause what y'all do when a Crown Vic is behind you, you slow down.
I played in the bubble. I played in the bubble. Profit off another hustle. 20 grams of coke, 10 grams of cut. To us was a double of our sales. Huh? What are they doing?
My favorite silent killer, 40 bars. She kind of revolutionized female battle rap for me. She brought the pen heavy, charismatic, different type of performance. You know, people like to say she whispers. That's why I call her the silent killer. But she showed us the different types of stage presence and performance that comes into play with an elite level of writing. We're talking about writing, the type of writing that transcends like gender. You can't say she's the best female writer in battle rap. You can, because you'd be right, but she's also one of the best writers in battle rap, period. Her pen surpasses the majority of the men. Just elite. She kind of took the culture by storm, being one of the first ladies to kind of bring a more feminine look to female battle rap, getting in the trenches with the men the way that she did. She arguably has the best record against the men, also battling either first or second as far as the highest quantity of men that she has battled. Sue Surf, Daylight, Cortez, Big T, Fonz, John, Ill Will, like the list just goes on and on. Clean Paper, Swamp. It just goes on and on from the top tiers to the low tiers, in addition to battling all of the top tier and lower tier female battlers. She has absolutely battled everyone on the female Mount Rushmore. She's had adversity. She's given us classics. She's the highest viewed female battler with 8 million view battles. She is 40 bars.
Mr. Two Times Everything has been around the block and then some with legendary body of work preceding the era of writtens. You have a legacy of championships in WRC, Scribble Jam, and many other feats that are nearly impossible to track. As one of the greatest battlers in the freestyle era, the Source has transcended battle rap in the modern era with his timeless multis, superior freestyling ability, and adaptive nature. On top of this, he's also played in one of the most legendary 2-on-2 duos ever with his longtime friend Ilmac. He's given us classes with Ilmac, a classic against Ilmac, and other notable work against top-notch competitors like Holohan, Pat Stay, Fresco, Roan, and Frack. Most recently, he showed us he still has more in the tank against Mike P, Kid Twist in the rematch, and Hollow Ladon. With close to 200 total battles cataloged, the Source has done his part in immortalizing himself in 2 different eras and helping brands like King of the Dot flourish into a prominent league. He remains one of the most pivotal figures of battle rap's evolution and one of the most accomplished.
Math Hoffa. You really go all the way back to the early Fight Club days with Math, right? I think this is what helped springboard him into situations early on in the Smack DVD. You're talking about one of the top Smack DVD battles with Iron Solomon. Obviously the Dose situation, a gift and a curse, but it's what made Math a star. I think it's what set him up for one of the first URL headliners. T-Rex, A-Verb, right? Even the Calico battle was a major battle at the time. And I think the stigmas that kind of followed that, the serious situation, the Dose situation, the Diz situation, I think overshadowed a little bit of what Math was able to do at this time, because Math was a road warrior. Math went up to Canada for Pat Stay. He went to RBE for Ill Will, which was a great battle. Show Off. Went up to UW for Arse, Shotgun. Over to Don't Flop for Shotty Horror. Out West, Diz was out West. Geechee Gotti was out West. So Math was really out here solidifying the spot with the realest, right? Putting on good showings, and I think that with all the battles coupled in between is why Math is considered a top 50 battle of all time. I think that raw aggression Math brought to battle rap, I think one of his techniques of really trying to clown you and break you down and show you're not as real as you say you are really resonated well early on in battle rap. And even the closure, I think Math helped birth the beginning of closure movement with the Howl of the Dawn battle, and was able to follow it up with the Charlie Clips battle, with the Sirius Jones, and try to put a different narrative, a different spin on what happened early on in these situations. To me, I think that was a great way to close chapters. And even getting the second dose battle back during this time was a really smart move by Math. For my own selfish reasons, I wish we would have got a Murder Mook, a Sue Surf, a Goods battle. But Math's got one of the top podcasts in the game right now. I'm sure he could care less. So with all that said, I think the legacy is enough for Math to be one of the top 50 battles of all time.
This is the top 50 with M. Lang and everyone that's seeing this video. My name is Jeremiah, or known on Twitter as AngelaShrew11. I'll be covering B-Dot highlights. He has all-time classics versus the Saga and Danny Myers. He has great battles versus T-Top, Shotgun Suge, DNA, and Kid Chaos, and more. He has third round versus DK. He has the first Comedic Science versus Christianity battle versus Loso, and then he is pretty much the first open African spiritualist in battle rap, in which I'm an African spiritualist myself. We both practice Ifa. B-Dot is just a wonderful battle rapper. He's a wonderful human being. During my sophomore year, I had to paper on race and religion, and I covered my basis on battle rap and religion, and B-Dot was the primary focus around that, which did phenomenal to B-Dot, and he reached right back out, and we talked a little bit about the paper. He read the paper, and I'm forever grateful that he gave me the opportunity to present my paper to him, which was in dedication to him and his impact on battle rap.
Av, one of the greatest punchers of all time, but really I want to highlight the other amazing things that he does and why his punching is so unique and why he is arguably one of the most influential battle rappers of all time, just on the game itself. Av versus Rum Nitty, right? One of the most influential battles in the history of battle rap to the sport itself. There is a clear delineation between before that battle and after that battle to how people structure their material. The punch rate went up overall, and you could basically trace it to that one battle, and Av has that in his catalog here, and that alone might put him in a lot of people's top 50, top 100 battle rappers of all time. But you see, Av is in a class of its own because he understands that it's not one battle that defines you, it's consistency. Av is one of the most consistent battle rappers you're going to see on the entirety of this list as it pertains to being able to have 3 complete rounds, being a certified, verified buy on any card. One of the things that Av struggles with, and it's by no fault of his own, is the fact that he's missing a lot of names off that list of those legacy wins that, quite frankly, skill-wise, he would probably win a majority of those battles just off of his skill alone. He's one of the most skilled battle rappers you're going to see on this list. However, a lot of people be ducking Av. And if Av had the schedule that his skill actually merits and deserves, you might see him a lot higher on this particular list. But in my opinion, his most marquee win, right, is against Tay-Rock very, very recently in a huge battle, probably the biggest battle of his career. He was able, in my opinion, to get that win against, one of the best to ever do it on one of the most important stages in battle rap. Av is one of one, and his ability to chain punch together to wear you down round after round after round is what makes him one of the greatest battle rappers of all time.
You can't really mention female battle rap without talking about Miss Hustle. URL's first female battle ever. The reigning first lady of URL. Gnomes, Summer Madnesses, headlines. Arguably the best all-around female battler ever when you talk about performance, punches, energy, writing, rapping ability, presence, etc. Grudge matches, like she has literally done it all inside of battle rap in its totality. classic performances. Her and 40 Bars is one of the best female battles of all time. Giving Official arguably her first clear L after Official coming off of beating Jazz. The Gaddis performance, the Rock performance on Rock's 50th anniversary. She's arguably 3-0 on Kings versus Queens. Legends coming back, the battle versus Lady Luck. Hustle is literally the epitome of female battle rap, and at the same time showing that the women can absolutely compete with the men. She is undoubtedly top 50 and not 50.
Sharon might be the biggest underdog in battle rap. And even with that kind of nomenclature around him, that kind of aura around him, he's still proven to be one of the most difficult battle rappers to actually beat. Very few can call themselves as unique as Sharon. Sharon is truly a one of one. From his ability to be one of the greatest freestylers ever in the history of battle rap, to also just his ability to actually construct incredible material over a longevity of his career, spanning from really humorous compliment battles, but also to really introspective, hard-hitting, chain-punching, as you're gonna see. He's a chameleon. Sharon is a complete battle rapper. There's really nothing that Sharon can't do. And you see that in a lot of his battles, especially those that stand out the most. I mean, if you look at his battles against Pat or any of the KOTD battles, if you look at even just his other battles against Nitty or Geechee Gotti, and even in the losses, you're gonna see Sharon more often than not lose, but still look like he's having an incredible time, because it doesn't happen that often. When you beat Sharon, it means something. Sharon is one of one. Being able to transcend outside of battle rap as well has only brought more eyes to the culture that everybody should and will appreciate. It's a 5-tool player. There are not many people who can rap at the level of Sharon. And there's nobody on earth who could rap like Sharon.
Shotgun Suge has a style that exhibits the street feel that many people try to emulate in their raps, and over the last 15 years, very few have been able to master the level of conviction, aggression, presence, and showmanship of this competitor. Suge is one of the human highlight reels that naturally garner a lot of attention, and his energy is contagious when he's barking on his opponent or using his captivating cadence to establish a tone for the duration of the battle. As an all-time performer and one of the OG gatekeepers, and one of the most important battlers on the URL brand, he has built quite the career with high-profile battles against Big T, Calico, Pat Stay, Av, New Jersey Twerk, Mike P, Chess, A-Verb, and other legends to bat. Shotgun Suge is must-see TV and has some of the most stellar moments in the culture with pocket checks, dunks, and other signature staples. However, he's added more tools to his arsenal to refine and spin over the years to make even more of a leap in the all-time discussion. And with this profound dedication and improvement, he has cemented himself as one of the least you can count on in the long run. Goods has one thing that separates him from many and makes him one of the most unique battlers in battle rap, and that's his originality. From the street corners to Lions Den to small rooms and to big stages, Goods is himself and has done a pretty good job winning and making himself a star. He's a style clash in every battle and one of the hardest people to beat because of his poise, aura, presence, and supreme confidence. Every time Goods steps out, it's a spectacle, and this is hinted by the 1 million view average he has in his career. And while many may attribute that to his popularity, you would be remiss if you didn't mention the many big names he's faced in the process with good results. A-Verb, Cassidy, Hitman Holla, Geechee Gotti, Calico, T-Top, Tay-Rock, K-Shine. The man knows how to be himself and win while doing it. And even though he may not battle as many times as the other all-time greats, he makes every battle worth the wait. T-Top has grown into an all-time great simply by being a student of the craft and fine-tuning all the things needed to be a top-tier battler. Culture-shifting moments, definitive wins against elite competition, accessibility and relatability to the audience, and most importantly, making the most out of the big looks. Early on, he was bubbling down south and built the buzz he needed for the major leagues. And before you knew it, he became a UFF champion, one of the leaders of the new school, and a household name that many people cling on to. His career has a barrage of elite names to choose from: Geechee Gotti, Sue Surf, Tay Rock, JC, Av, Charlie Clips, Rum Nitty, Math Hoffa, Big K, T-Rex, and through these battles, he's created quite a legacy, and he's not only one of the best anglers in the game, but also one of the most entertaining battlers in the culture. T-Top is a name synonymous with all-time angles, unforgettable moments, and being one of the best battlers to ever come out the South.
I think it's wild. Child support is the reason you doing bids. Not providing for your seeds. I can't believe that's what he did. Well, fuck your name, Will. You don't leave nothing for your kids.
Sure, I had two opponents duck. And if you ask me, both were shook. But this is an infinitely better battle, and that should not go overlooked. But you disappeared from our scene for years. And while I respect the road you took, it's time for the guy who wrote the movie to meet the guy who wrote the book.
He said, nah, me and him mother friend. Me treat her like a dance hall. I said, dance hall? I ain't know what he meant. I said, define that. He said, when Will sleep, me check him mother them. She suck me friend. Me tell her to wheel up, never come
I mean, Los Angeles used to be Mexico. We probably battled it out on the same spot where we standing, so you got to get shot with the cannon. I gotta do you, send a shot into you. This is Black Love, Brown Pride. Shaka Zulu meets Montezuma. It wouldn't be.
Is that cap, bro? No. Do you really want me to name drop all the niggas from your state that's the reason your rank flopped? Got you this lame stop? That's probably why you called yourself froze. Your career was stuck in the same spot.
Out in a truck, that's for all that talking. Tied up and beat with a toy. Yeah, he into that bondage. Smack asked me to give him room. That I can't promise. Only space reserved for a crib is handicap parking.
Is there a leak in this roof? It's changing up my game. I'm going crazy off the brain. That ain't a leak on the roof. It's Pat telling me to carry on his reign. I am.
What? You think you're gonna come in here and lie about a killer? You think because you did time you can say a lot of filler? You my brother, my aunt. This message it gotta be delivered. You talking to a living legend. This something you gotta die to be considered.
But the way you pretend you getting money, it's kind of scary to me. You look faker than a drug dealer in a Tyler Perry movie. Stop saying we don't respect your religion. Nigga, dead that shit. Cause I know niggas with Bible scriptures tatted on their arms and they never even read that shit. For example, facts though. You know that nigga. You know that nigga. And you know him too.
From 2014 to 2016, Daylight gave us some really good battles. You're talking about Shotty Horror, Lotta Zay, O-Red, Oops, JC, A-Verb, Official, Mike P, Ill Will. I mean, the list goes. I mean, that Ill Will battle. The list goes on and on. I mean, even sending your soul to where Rich Dollar's at. This Rich Dollar's performance is one of the greatest bodies in battle rap history. Shout out to Rich Dollars. Daylight also holds to me one of the greatest bars in battle rap history, at least regarded as one of them in the Rock Paper Scissors. And also to me, even though this Rich Dollar's performance is really good, to me, Daylight's Picasso is that Tay Rock performance, which is also regarded as one of the greatest performances in battle rap history. So to have so many different showings that high up, I think that's why Daylight is easily one of the top 50 battles of all time. And I still think, B-Dot, Danny, even with all these battles, I still think there's a few battles out there, especially that Low Deluxe battle, that Daylight can take and continue to ascend up the ladder further and possibly be a top 15, top 10 battle of all time.
Many times throughout the history of battle rap, you can pinpoint a change in the level of writing, whether it's a change in the quality of punchlines, scheming becoming the phenomenon it did around 2015 and 2016. Many times there's just trends that overall change how everybody approaches the game. And what B Magic did for battle rap, punching in particular, is one of those milestone points where you saw a level of quality change across the game. And that's because he chain punched with the best of them. At a time that wasn't a term such as that, B Magic was putting punchlines back to back together so fast and rap so perfectly. To this day, although some will consider it a short prime, it's one of the most iconic primes in really battle rap history. Just flowing back to back, giving Charlie Eclipse possibly his first clear loss at the time that he did it, having the classic battle and possible win over Tay-Rock at a time that Rock was just starting his run. And another battle, maybe the crown of all of his achievements, is his Summer Madness SM4 battle versus Conceited, where at the time it was coined a battle for the greatest puncher of all time. And just to be in that moment, in that conversation, and to many win that battle, just goes to show that even in a time where Magic's prime may have lasted 2010 to around 2014, when he was best of his best, it is one of the best primes that you're going to see in battle rap. And even from there, he still battled throughout the years, maybe not always at the highest level, but still having good matches here and there with the likes of an Iron Solomon, with the likes of an Ill Immaculate, and legends of that nature. So not enough that you can say about the influence Magic had and how fondly his prime is looked upon by many in the battle rap community, fans and rappers alike. And that is why B Magic is one of the greatest battle rappers in history.
New Jersey Twerk, the most dominating, influential, performative battle rapper to grace the stage. A true wizard when it comes to lyricism, wordplay, punchlines. One of the biggest moments makers. And his influence, can't be mentioned enough as far as battle rappers upcoming and, some legends. The most copied style that has been made. Not many people can rock a big stage like New Jersey Twerk. Big stage, small stage, pit setting, on the roof. He's somebody that completely changed the game. Like I said, most influence, hands down. Someone that 100% talent-wise, of course, is, one of the greatest talents that we ever seen.
Danny loves battle rap more than any person in the culture. And while this may seem like an extreme claim, it rings true when you really see the passion and radiant energy he has in almost every outing. But what really makes him an elite is his motive for all levels of competition. With the third most battles ever in the world, he's given us great work with many people. B-Dot, Disaster, Hollow the Don, Rum Nitty, Tay-Rock, K-Shine, Twerk, Chilla Jones, Pat Stay, Ill Will, Chess, the list goes on and on. But I also think about the shots he gave and the good battles we received out of those. Mac Myron, Elijah Straight, Jada Nightwing, Franchise, Nun Nun, and Don Marino. His work ethic is unmatched, and alongside the work ethic is the relentless bar-for-bar attack. Very few can match his wits and his pace. The few that did either solidified their spots as all-time greats or made themselves into stars. The Bar God has not only made himself an all-time puncher, but he's also elevated his overall penmanship and freestyling ability. Although he's primarily known for his workhorse mentality, one should also mention that he's also one of the most skilled artists you'll find in the sport. In the dialogue of Mount Rushmore, which is often convoluted, one common name that's often mentioned is Disaster. Disaster is arguably the most internationally known battler in the culture. His legacy reigns supreme in many conversations because he gives 110% in every battle, a larger-than-life charisma, and a crazy enigma on the other side. The man has made a ripple in practically every battle rap pond you can name, and faced all the elites inside and even outside of the culture, and he's never lost the passion it takes to compete at an all-time level. Without battlers like Disaster, battle rap wouldn't be as big as it is now. He's shaken up the culture in many ways in his tenure. Him vs DNA, him vs Cannabis, him vs Cassidy, him vs Iron Solomon, him vs Oxymoron, him vs Oxino are prime examples of his impact, and that doesn't even account for 10% of the battles he's had. Simply put, he's a cornerstone of the genre.
Part of being one of the greatest of all time in battle rap is simply not just being great, but being great in a litany of different situations. On the road, different settings, different room sizes, battling people in their home. And one battle rapper that's really represented that to the max is Big K. And for many, his 2023 Champion of the Year victory cemented that legendary career, that meaningful career with the wins over Murda Mook, A-Ward, T-Rex, things of that nature, but his legend status was really cemented before that. You could go back over a decade before his Champion of the Year victory to his Ilmac battle, which is to this day one of the best battles in King of the Dot history. And his performances versus top tiers in damn near dominant fashion, if not just great fashion a lot of times, from Ill Will to JC to Conceited, who many didn't know that he battled, Thesaurus, Pat Stay, and the list goes on and on. A damn near underrated but still legendary resume. One thing about K is he's also known as one of the more elite punchers in history. Maybe not considered in the top combos like some, but is always put around that conversation. And later in his career, decided that being one of the great punchers was not enough, and has turned into, in the modern era of battle rap, one of the best anglers that the game has to offer. Has a comedy factor to him that gets almost underrated as well, but you see more and more as the years have went on, and he's become more of an all-around based battle rapper. The wins are there, the accolades are there. He's a Hall of Famer on RB and King of the Dot, to say the least, on each brand being one of the best talents that they've seen and given some of the best work. And when you add this all together with a patented signature style and a great ability to just straight up rap, these are the reasons that Big K is one of the best battle rappers in history.
And this is quite a list. That's the most I can say right now until I tell you. He has classics versus Chilla Jones, Chef Trez, Quantum Physics, and Ilmac. He has notable battles versus Eunice, Bad News, Bankhead, Young Ill, Av, Iron Solomon, Geechee Gotti, KD, New Jersey Twerk, T-Top, Big K, Craig Lamar, Daylight Pass, The Saga, Real Sick, Mr. Mills, Arsenal, Danny Myers, K-Sean, Rada, Jonah, Saya Boy, B Magic, Tay Rock, She Happens, None. JC is such a key person in this culture. And he does just effort. He does work. He does potent writing. He does very clean writing. He has just transcended throughout the eras. When it comes to the big stage, JC is one of those big stage people. We know about the Suicide battle. We know about that. But if you look at all of his other big stage battles, especially when he came back to URL, and then he had his Romney battle, that battle on the big stage, he showed what writing does on that big stage and what crowd control and what presence does on that big stage. JC is just a key person when it comes to giving people shots, giving people their first prominent battles. When it comes to just showing what consistency is, more than consistency, showing us what being one of the greatest battle rappers of all time is. And I want people to recognize this man's efforts, his writing, but more than that, his big stage presence, his stage presence in any room. We can't thank you enough, JC. He has classics versus Mac Hoffa, Ines, Daylight, B Magic, and Rum Nitty, Chilla Jones, and Disaster as well. He has notable battles versus O-Red, T-Top, JC, Barmook, of course, which is a legendary battle, not too good for his record because of how his rounds turned out, but it's still a very notable battle that changed the culture, whether it was a good battle for him or not. He also has notable battles versus Jin, Madness, Immaculate, Thesaurus, Passwords, No Can Do, and Awkwards. He has a total of 18 million views. The thing about Iron Solomon, he has transcended throughout all the eras. His writing has transcended throughout all the eras. With the Mighty Book battle, as I stated, it wasn't a good look on his record, but years later versus Daylight, 3 years later by the way, he just came back with refreshed writing and has learned to adapt. And that's what our legends have been doing. He's one of the legends that have done it extremely well. He has been a pioneer in this culture. He's set the foundation of battle rap with people such as Loaded Lux, Murder Mook, Holiday Dawn, Marv One, Ilmac, Thesaurus, and so many more. He has given us just so many classic moments. He has been one of the spearheaders as far as multi-syllabic rhyme patterns in battle rap, but also just clean writing, just effective writing, just scheming. He's brought forth so much. Back in the day versus Mount Alpha, some of that writing in that battle is being transformed right now. He's just done so much in his culture, and we thank him for his contributions. Thank you, R.S.M.
If you don't add the Don, you're not saying you're right. And if you're not adding John John into these all-time discussions, you're utterly insane. John John is one of the biggest stars to come out of the PGs and had one of the toughest journeys to stardom. As a battler that the fans love to hate, John John powered through many years of criticism and ridicule to become a major presence in various fronts. John John has quietly built the case as one of the all-time greats by consistently landing on big cards, dominating inferior competition, and matching other elites like Ichigati, Hitman Holla, O-Red, Sirius Jones, Easy to Block Captain, Rum Nitty, Calico, Big K, and Hollow to Die. John John has the core understanding that while classic battles are essential, clear wins are just as pivotal in the grand scheme of things, and the wins he's garnered over the past couple of years have been devastating body bags in the history of the sport. It's no secret that the General Bullpen has hit a variety of bullseyes over his 10 plus years of work.
Jazz the Rapper, the greatest female battle rapper of all time, and one of the top anglers to ever touch the game. Amazing writer, and we obviously missed her when she did take her layoff, but now that she's active, she has showed nothing but full dominance against male and female legends, mid tiers and low tiers. She has obviously showed that she can perform on a high level consistently for years and years to come. Performances versus Vixen Assassin, E Hart, Twerk, Tay-Rock, Gaddis, Rum Nitty, Ichigati, Charlie Clips, performances in London. She's doing 2v2s. She's breaking barriers. She got bodies, performance of the night on multiple stages. She had performance of the year. She's the first ever to have clean sweeps on a Wody run. She is a Wody winner. She's a multiple-time Wody runner-up. And she's, one of the first people to ever be on a Cody placement. She can freestyle. She got every, tool in her shed. Like, if you had any compliment to her, it'd be, she's obviously one of the most well-rounded battle rappers that we've seen.
If I chase a nigga, block break a nigga, funeral homes, box wake a nigga, you get the open hand, the fist, or the deuce. Rock, paper, scissors.
Thinking I'm just playing, nigga? I leave you where you stand, nigga. Drop your location just to leave you where you stand, nigga. This last bar, drop a crowd. Do you understand, nigga? I said, this last bar, stop a crowd. I'm just saying, nigga.
My niggas is hurting now. You really not about that life. You just act like it to pump the crowd. Nigga said, first time I shot a gun, I closed my eyes and hit something. Fucking clown. First nigga I shot closed his eyes and hit something. The fucking ground.
That was cute. I'm the guy that's shooting. Bullets hit his neck and get lodged into it. The next time you try to chop these screws, I'll let my auto tune it.
And you still the same kid today. Who you kidding? Fuck you mean South Central, bitch? We was at Project Load all the time battling when we was only children. I guess that wasn't your lane. Like the Pentagon plane, he can't even provide evidence that he was ever in the building. What you looking at right here?
I wanna see a throat get sliced, a poster fight. You ain't even close to nice. Your flow light, mid-spice, overhyped. Prototype, token white at the open mic local night.
Nitty, I like burners. I don't got shit to say about anime. I'm Mike Turner and every...
Shit like that.
Yo! So Glue, Joe, Mike, and None can play their new roles, but I was the first white to watch. I made this huge blow, had Buku runs...
Around, change it. Cause nigga, you gotta be a Wu-Tang fan to break this down. That just means you better have a method with that alias. That's all I'm trying to say to Cal. Waste his time.
nigga comfortably. Can you imagine if a URL staff member was fucking me? It would be fuck battle rap. It's bigger than that. None of you hoes would be touching me. If Smack ever got a taste of this pussy, I would own half the company.
The Kingpin is wandering through the culture as a symbol of high-caliber lyricism. Within the first year of activity, he started a trend of scheming, modernized his style, and took part in one of the greatest battles of all time with one of his PG cohorts. His presence and impact was felt early, and if there's one thing that Chiller knows how to do, is to create great battles with other all-time greats. Math Hoffa, B Magic, Rum Nitty, New Jersey Twerk, Real Sick, Iron Solomon, Kid Chaos, Daylight, and Danny Myers are the ones that come to mind. Alongside this, he urged many people to listen back to this material on numerous occasions. One could make the claim that the phrase on camera stems from the work Chilla and other pens have brought to the culture. When it comes to writing and rapping in its simplest form, Chilla's one of the best to do it, and he proved this with his masterclass year in 2020 as the game was driven strictly off of who raps the best. As a co-leader of Pendulum Inc., Chilla will do his part in making sure that lyricism in the sport will never be diminished. Rex for sure has a battle rap lifespan, but his career also has a life of his own when you think of the journey he's had from the 2000s to now. Rex has remained a fan favorite with his unique personality, ability to entertain, and being a rap machine. He's at the best transition from the DVD era to YouTube due to his ability to adjust with the game and show incredible authenticity. As another Mount Rushmore candidate for fans and battlers alike, he was a part of a lot of first and distinguishable battles. This includes a classic one-rounder versus Young Ill, one of the best rounds ever against Uncasa and Smack DVD, a career-defining performance against Averb on Summer Madness 2, and being one of the only battlers to feature on the first 5 Summer Madness cards. He continues to add to this excellence in the past 5 years with notable performances against Bill Collector, Big K, Chess, Chilla Jones, and Easy the Block Captain. T-Rex epitomizes all the elements of battle rap to the fullest degree. Conceited is one of the most influential battlers in the sport when it comes to the structuring your bars and making the solid back-to-back punchlines prominent. He was a pioneer who was able to enjoy the fruits of his labor and transcend to a higher level outside of battle rap because of the contributions and impact he had on the sport. But what makes him even more remarkable is the things he was able to accomplish in very little time. From 2009 to 2015, he was able to give us all-time classics with B Magic, Arsenal, Sue Surf, and a notable performance against T-Rex on the first SM, Charlie Clips and Dumbfounded on Blackout, and a lights-out performance against Ilmac. With over a 9-year absence, Conceited still sits as a top 5 puncher of all time. In a time where recency bias can run rampant, it's safe to say that Conceited's legacy has and will continue to stand the test of time. It's no coincidence that during the golden era of battle rap, Arsenal was a major figure. Furthermore, Arsenal was at his peak when battle rap reached heights no one could have imagined. His keen ability to seize the moment and make history enabled him to be a juggernaut, and a highly acclaimed rapper inside and outside the sport. To say he has millions of views would be an understatement, as he spent countless years as the most viewed battler in the world, and honestly the work speaks for itself. He has 3 battles that elevated the height of each league: Arsenal vs Conceited on Grind Time, Hitman Holla vs Arsenal on URL, and Arsenal vs Shoddy Horror on Don't Flop. And alongside that hat trick are elite performances like him vs Hollow the Dime, him vs Geechee Gotti, him vs New Jersey Twerk, him vs DNA, and him vs Low Deluxe. Arsenal has beat the game with many years to spare, and has taken the time to give shots and handle some unfinished business. Even though his name is Mr. Disrespectful, he's one of the most respected in the culture.
These are the Ill Will highlights. He has classics versus Rum Nitty, Hitman Holla, Big K, Calico, Daylight, A-Ward, and the Math Hoffa battle, in my opinion, was a classic because they had very strong rounds, and I go back to watch that battle all the time. So that's a classic to me as well. He has notable battles versus Sirius Jones and Snow, in which the Snow battles how he won the UFF championship. He has dominant wins versus Hollow the Don, Aver, King Los, John the Don, which at the time people found very surprising because John the Don was on a dominant winning streak and it will did 3-0 him. He has notable wins and dominant wins versus Scotty, 40 Cal, Charlie Clips, T-Top. He had the big Fat Funky Terrell angle in the first, which was very impactful. He has the K-Shot win. He has Arsenal, Chef Trez, Ilmac, Clean Paper, Jack, Big C, Shotgun Shug, Your Honor, and Miss Miami in one day, which were both 3-0s. He is, as I said before, a UFF champion. He is the king of RB. I don't think anybody can refute that. And then he does have a total of 30 million views on Verse Tracker. Ill Will is just a phenomenal battler in the culture. He has made so many impacts and strides, and we thank him so much for his contributions.
There's a myriad of things to highlight when it comes to Ilmac's career. The fact that he was a legend prior to the peak of the YouTube era, him being the youngest Scribble Jam champion at 17, him having a legendary solo career and tag team career, him being one of the best rappers in the freestyle era, and in the same breath, being one of the best writers in the modern battle rap era. Ilmac has clashed with the best of them on various brands. Pat Stay, Charlie Clips, Sharon, A-Ward, Ill Will, Geechee Gotti, Real Deal, and even his 2-on-2 partner in Thesaurus. But what really puts him in the elite pin conversation is the fact that he squared off with all the elite pins and punches you can think of. Conceited, Big K, Rum Nitty, Chilla Jones, JC, Soul, Iron Solomon, Aver, Bender, and others. It seems that the more you push him to be great, the more he's able to showcase his excellence. There's no top 50 list and really no top 20 list without mentioning Ilmac. His legend grows with every battle.
K-Shine, one of the greatest battle rappers to ever touch a stage. Top performer, top delivery, aggression, believability, and one of the best, pure battle rappers to come out of Harlem, period. Gracing a lot of stages, and I feel like when he wins in the most dominating fashion. When we're talking about versus Averb, J Mills, Chess, you can count 202s he did with DNA, versus DNA, what can you say about somebody that had, some of the most dominating top Cody runs in a long time, history and moments, you can't really speak about them without mentioning K-Shine's name.
Pat Stay, in my opinion, is still to this day, and probably as long as we battle rap, in the history of this medium, the most difficult battler to beat. And why is that? Why was Pat Stay so unique? What made Pat Stay such a conundrum, such a puzzle, to which many tried and failed badly to beat Pat Stay? There was a stark difference in battles between himself and his opponent, where everything his opponent did looked like they were trying to fight uphill, and everything Pat did on any stage looked effortless. Whether he was angling against Calico or Danny Myers, whether he was being humorous in compliment battles against Roan or Sharon, whether he was creating these crazy chain punches against Rock, whether he was freestyling, which he's done multiple occasions, especially against people like Shotgun Suge. You're not gonna find a more complete battle rapper than Pat Stay. And although he is no longer with us, I hope things like this live forever just like he does. That way everyone can realize just how great Pat Stay was, is, and forever will be.
Murder Mook has Crush versus Averb, Sirius Jones, J Mills, All Deluxe Part 1, Party Guardy, and Tay-Rock. He has a very notable battle versus New Jersey Twerk. He has dominant wins versus Party Guardy, Iron Solomon, Low Deluxe Part 2, Geechee Gotti, and Young High. That Geechee Gotti one, I must say, that was one that was very surprising to the culture. I did have him winning in the predictions, but the majority of the culture thought that his first time back in New York, he would be a little bit rusty, knowing that some people think he might be outdated or anything, but he proved people so wrong. He does have a total of 21 million views, and he also does have more notable battles as well versus Ricky Dollars, Verse, Cardi, and Weez. Murder Mook is such a pioneer in this culture, we can't just be battle rap without Murder Mook, Murder Mook has just given us so much. We can't wait to see what he does next, because he has battles lining up with him and Holla, a potential Soup Surf battle once Soup Surf gets released, free Soup Surf, with Rum Nitty and so many more people. We can't just wait to see what Murder Mook brings to this culture more. He's one of the people that you can't have a face on without, because Mook is going to say something that's going to shake this culture.
Hollow is a battle rapper with a rock star persona. He moves to the beat of his own drum and is an innovator while doing so. But one shouldn't fail to mention that he's used as a measuring stick when it comes to the ascension of God tier. If you look at all the all-time greats that are looking for that in-game battle, Hollow is usually one of the 3 to 4 names you mentioned. That's because he's one of the top guys and has been one of the top guys for a very long time. And generally speaking, he faces many elites during a good run or during their peak. Ilmac, Sue Surf, Tay Rock, Ill Will, Charlie Clips, Loaded Lux, John Adon, Averb Goods, Big T are a few names that I think of. He met people when they were dangerous and made legendary moments. Although Hollow is one of the most unorthodox people with the most unorthodox style, he is battle rap to the core and has mastered the ability to break down the opponent and be well balanced. With the adaptive nature he has shown over the years, he established one of the most fascinating journeys to God tier. And he not only remains a student of the game, but he's also the most studied by his contemporaries as well.
Let me just be forward. You see in the index, let me break it down. That's a book scheme, right? Cover, page, forward, you see in the index, but I'm also being direct, right? Like, let me be forward, you see in the index, but I'm also being literal. 4 words, you see in the index, but I also got my trigger finger on the 4 word, and now you see in the index.
Nigga, I'm a stand-up nigga. It ain't nobody in this camp got no stand-up in them. My whole crew got some handguns with them. We all killers, so the niggas that I message, we can't unsend them.
The deacon be singing, let us pray. Bow your heads and we amen. Slow it down, I just did. I said, Pastor Ratchet, the deacon be singing, let us pray. We'll bow your heads when we amen.
On these streets longer.
I slapped this bitch. Now it's getting domestic. You standing there with your head down and your hands behind your back. You that used to getting arrested?
Until I fire on them and turn my back on Island like Oprah Winfrey. That's my word. That's my word. Come spend a night on my curb. I mean, you could go from being a proverb to the pastor reading from Proverbs.
Been a minute since I sipped, I put the glass down. But they gave me gin and rum back to back. Wow.
Perfect night to black out. I'm back now.
Mace, you from Jersey, sure. So why we never see Sick with the wave? Knock his turban off. We ain't never seen Sick with no wave. I have him floating by a border. They gonna have to see Sick with a wave.
The word is up. I'm Loaded Lux in the bow and tux. Blow the dust off my shoulder, adjust this folded cuffs, cold as fuck. White boy rage, I be going nuts. Basket case, put this snake charmer in the cobra clutch. Listen,
Y'all see them? Yo, I don't even be choking. Niggas ain't be trying to listen to me. Niggas ain't trying to listen to that bitch through their speaker. Make another post, I'ma cripple you after I hit you with the heater. Now, everything from your neck down ain't gonna listen to you either. Nigga, play tough. Nigga, play
Y'all
tough.
top 10. But he gonna be like, how y'all say y'all different? I said, cause it's your own. You use fake bars with it. You're autistic. I'm autistic. See, mine's got an AR in it.
A lot of times we break battle rappers down into categories, whether that be anglers, writers, pens, performers. But there is a few battle rappers whose skill set is so one of one, so unique that it's much harder to just simply place them in a category. And when you think of the name Calico, it's one of those names that the way that he battle raps is really just the way that he battle raps. Calico has always approached the game with his own way of doing things, and there's certain attributes like being one of the great pure rappers that the game has ever seen, having a lot of real talk and some of the best real talk based bars, really not punch heavy or super duper wordplay heavy content, sometimes using real life just as a weapon in itself, and he's used that to give one of the most legendary and successful careers in battle rap history, and it stands as a pillar of why originality is needed in battle rap. Whether it's his early run leading up to Lux. Yes, he had an early run leading up to Lux. When you really look at it back in time, his performances versus K-Shine on the initial Gnome, versus O-Red telling him that you've done enough, body bagging Math Hoffa on SM1, all this leading up, in a few more battles to mention, leading up to the legendary Loaded Lux battle, where even if he lost, he got around to that battle as part of the most legendary battles of all time. From there, he's coined Mr. Summer Madness for a reason. The man is up there with some of the most appearances and has given tons of legendary moments. T-Rex, Easy the Block Captain, his classic with Tay Rock on SM5, Math Hoffa as mentioned in the beginning. With a limited body of work compared to some of the other legends, maybe not having the 50 or 60 battles of someone that's always active, he used his absence to build his value, and for the most part, every time he's popped out, he's felt like a battler that's worth the wait, with a style that you can only get from him, and in a wordplay heavy era, he still sticks out as one of the best battle rappers in the world, for the most part, just off of pure rapping and talking about real life, and that's why Calico is without a doubt one of the best battle rappers in history.
There's really no denying that Charlie Clips is top 50 battle of all time. Charlie Clips established himself as an alpha in the game just off one battle, one performance against Tay-Rock. If you really break down the tape, you can look at this battle and see why. I mean, he displayed everything that it takes to be a star in battle rap in this battle. Bars, cadence, delivery, flow, crowd control, charisma, showmanship, a masterclass on battle rap, and it's definitely his Picasso. Even after that, you got battles against X Factor, the battle against A-Verb, really looked like the apex predator in battle rap at this time. Everybody wanted a Charlie Clips battle. You even got great battles there against Hollow and Loaded Lux. To me, at this point, Charlie Clips has just really beat the game. He's just out there shooting 45-footers, trying anything. But even now, you can question the effort, you can say what you want, but you can also see the glimpses even now in some of the performance of the greatness that Charlie Clips can display. We're really upset because we know what Charlie Clips can do, and we really just want to see that level of effort and commitment to giving us what we're so accustomed to from the past. But the impact, I think early on in the game when Smack and URL first started, and coming from that Lions Den era, to me the impact was so great. There's really no denying that Charlie Clips is top 50 battle of all time.
DNA has made a career of proving people wrong. And in battle rap, it's not just about winning the battles you're expected to win. A large part of being great is rising to the occasion in the times of large adversity, and I don't think anyone has done this more than this legend. Besides being one of the hardest working battlers in battle rap, he's also established himself as one of the greatest freestylers ever, having one of the best battle rap IQs, and contributing to some of the most consequential moments in the sport. And the beauty behind all the stuff DNA has done is he genuinely has enough work for 2 Hall of Fame careers in the modern era. At the age of 18, he came in and had immediate impact. By the time he was 26, he already faced the likes of Disaster, Ill Will, Chilla and Sirius Jones, Briz Rothstein, Sue Surf, Young Ill, Big T, Roan, Arsenal, Ines, T-Rex, and Paste. From 2018 on, he did nothing but get better and develop an all-around game to move himself further up the ranks. In the last 6 years, he's clashed with Kings Los, Mickey Fax, O-Red, Gitchy Gotti, A-Verb, New Jersey Twerk, Av, B-Dot, and Hollow Dot. On the commercial scale, he became a 2-time BET Prize winner, garnered other accolades in the entertainment industry in the process. And this also doesn't include him and K-Shine reinvigorating the 2-on-2s, him being on the biggest cards in battle rap history, him giving major looks to up-and-comers for their brand, and being one of the most popular battlers outside of the ring. There's much more I could say about this legend, but I would be missing a great deal of things. I honestly couldn't name many battlers that maintain this level of longevity, accomplished so much in the sport, and gave so much to the sport in the same process.
There is no top list of anything in battle rap that does not include Tsunami Surf. Another walking highlight reel, another multi-million view battler on pretty much every battle he's ever had. Quotables that are absolutely endless. Classic after classic, from Hitman to Geechee to Nitty to Conceited. He has his impact on the culture is undeniable and unmatched. His presence, his aura, his crowd control, his performance, coining the term AMG mode, the most emulated mode in battle rap. Gun titles, forming the most dominating group in battle rap. He is Tsunami Surf. It's not much you can say that doesn't scream his accolades. Transcending battle rap as far as music, being shouted out by Wyclef Jean on the VMAs, charting on Apple Music, being an honorable mention for the XXL freshman cover, performing at Rolling Loud the day after performing at Summer Madness, aka Gun Titles Madness. He is Sue Surf. Definitely top 50 and nowhere near 50.
Lux is the gold standard when it comes to lyricism, innovation, and professionalism in the sport. Lux takes the craft really seriously, and it shows in each outing. Along with him resetting the game multiple times with impactful performances, he's also ensured that battle rap stays true to the core, and lyricism remains an important ingredient. Not only has he introduced a great deal of legends to the battle rap world, but he's also remained one of the god tiers with masterclasses against Calico, Hollow the Dime, and Rum Nitty most recently. And hardcore fans would tell you that his performance versus Midwest Miles is easily one of the most important performances in battle rap history. You see what you get. Loaded Lux has done more with less, and he's lived up to his motto since his career inception. No one is more captivating than Lux with a message to deliver.
A Verb, the pioneer of the Midwest movement, the villain that everybody loved to hate. Man, what, like, the best resume in battle rap, arguably. You know what I mean? Everybody from Mook to Lux within a year, battling both of them within a year, hearing 30 chants in both battles, going over to KOTD, Grind Time, Street Status, War Report, Lion. Like, it's no end to the things that he's done in battle rap. Him and Hitman having top 5, top 3 best battle in battle rap history. The quotables, you know, everything from Iron Low, Like I'm Anemic, Guardian Angel Duck, You Not One of Us, Drink My Water Like This Still. Oh my God, Hey Big Girl, That's How You Talk to Your Son. It's just countless things that he has contributed to the culture overall. I think the first battle rapper to go in New York and just say F New York and get booed the way he was getting booed is insane. So he is definitely one of the best battlers in battle rap history as far as a overall body of work is concerned. Never ducking no smoke from whatever type of battler you want. The street battlers, the backpack battlers, the lyrical miracle battlers, you name it, he's battled them all. Yeah, Verb, Big St. Louis.
In battle rap, a term you hear a lot is bar for bar. Who's bar for bar better? He's bar for bar the best. And we talk strictly bar quality. Who else is a bigger name in the conversation in current battle rap and maybe all time than Rum Nitty? Regarded as obviously one of the best punchers of all time, if not the single greatest puncher of all time. His career is built off of one of his greatest quotables. He didn't earn his respect. He snatched it. I mean, if you look at Nitty's career, even at sometimes if he didn't have the star quality that he does now, that's never changed in his resume, his body of work, and the effort that he gave. Many times over, battling back-to-back from John to Surf to Briz, looking at his run when he first got onto URL, Ill Will, Tay-Rock, Charlie Clips, and then even later in his career, winning UM3, winning Champion of the Year in 2022, adding to an already legendary career at that point. Nitty has seen some of the absolute best. He's beaten many of the absolute best, and even in his losing efforts, something you could rarely say about Rum Nitty is that he gave a poor performance. If you're a fan of the craft, usually he's giving you effort similar to that of a Tay-Rock, where every battle, win or lose, you're enjoying the content. So lastly, makes him one of the most consistent battle rappers of all time. And when you add that all together, that is the reason Rum Nitty is one of the greatest battle rappers in history.
One of my favorite quotes I ever heard was, "If a window of opportunity appears, do not pull down the shades." Geechee Gotti's one of the GOATs because he never allowed himself to miss an opportunity, and he created chances for himself to be great. He has one of the best runs ever in battle rap, and is arguably the best battler on the West Coast. And all of this is proven by countless awards, the Champion of the Year honored 3 times, and an incredible collection of battles with Easy to Block Captain, Sue Surf, Rum Nitty, Hitman Holla, Av, JC, Arsenal, K Shine, Tay Rock, Loaded Lux, Averb, Calico, and many other legends to count. His brand is a brand of winners, and he's the most decorated when it comes to tangible awards in the sport.
Hitman Holla, Mr. Walking Highlight Reel. St. Louis has just breeded some of the best talent in battle rap, averaging over 2 million views per battle, multiple multi-million view face-offs. It's just, man, highest view battles on multiple platforms: URL, Chrome, KOTD, RBE. Him and KD got 1 million views off of all of those. He's just absolutely phenomenal. The reason why performance exists as a category and attribute in battle rap. We don't get the New Jersey twerks, the Briz Rothsteins without a Hitman Holla. You know what I mean? The remix, you know, teaching us how to control the room, is just the heart that he battles with, transcending battle rap the way that he did, taking us to TV and movies and things like that. There's just there's no short of things to say. One of the most, if not the most decorated battlers out there. Hitman Holla, man. What's big money to small change? 2 words after this: ball game.
But Good's about to make me bring the max out again. My cousin Sco really did 10, but he told me to whack your bitch ass here going max out again. They said, why I wasn't super max? I had to back out again. ARP called and said the corporate card at RBE was about to max out again.
When the kids, you try to hit it, bro. My thing is, that's a married woman. You should have kept it on the low. Why explain if you did it, though? But honestly, I think you was fucking with her before, Pat. And pardon me if this sounds silly, though, but I think this a nigga that was giving you head in the whip in the lean back video.
Embarrassing to freeze. My mom passed from medical malpractice. You can't imagine how I grieve. But God is still good, because he put me in front of a lawyer, and that's exactly what I need. I'm peaceful with that.
Had a family lighting candles like Hanukkah. I'll body you. What's your life like? I'll shatter you. Hooked to machines, he'll be breathing with a monitor. His new nickname gonna be J Electronica.
When you get in here and talk like you woke up out of a coma all of a sudden, it's fresh concussions. I'm just adjusting, because I'm no florist, but I saw it. How you gave me my flowers with hidden colors is what I read, because who doesn't? Don't say, you don't say, but on the subject.
Okay, let's set trip. War is raw, nigga. It's needed. I'm dyslexic. It look wrong to y'all, but now how I see it, listen, nigga.
Let it fly overloaded like Aaliyah. Show me respect, because I ain't one of these rookies from the spaces. Since 2013, I've been cooking on these stages. How he looked at as the greatest. Only come out once a year like a birthday candle. And I've been putting on for ages. You don't say
Wildin' Out.
shit.
Like we don't see you every week on Wildin' Out. What's all this lying about? You got a damn job. You're not a Pyru, little Gerald. You just from the Red Squad.
When you bring up sentiment and the lies I can see, make sure you let the world know she was riding like a G. It was 4 verse 1. She was firing at 3. My baby went and got a switch. She ain't high behind a tree.
Before we get to number 1, we're going to highlight the 10 honorable mentions that barely missed our cut.
Is y'all niggas gonna jump in the way if this weapon started to squeeze? Is you gonna stand there if your brother let it ring? I mean, you tossed your cap like Bobby Smurda. Is you willing to take 7 for the team? To pull a machete from the hip and just kick in the door while he in the telly with his bitch, decapitate her and gouge out his knives. No lead ripping, I'm dead different. I get Dumb and Dumber. On Air Mission, he get the Billy and 4C treatment. When Red tripping, that's a blind kid holding a bird with the head missing. Oh my God!
significant. Because everything you did up to this point is insignificant. I'ma die from old age before y'all say some different shit. I ain't never seen no one rebuttal. Getting pistol whipped. Now picture this. Me not running down. It don't hit the switch. I'm from 54th Street, not 53rd, not 55th.
He's spent together. He's organized. He made it feel like a menial task. He's a beast. He put the fridge right clean on his back. He wouldn't even let me pay for the pizza we had. I tried to Venmo him back and he deleted the app.
I don't got no safety is how you talking, but if I feel triggered, my blocked iPhone locking stuff. That mean if I don't recognize your freckled face, it's past words, 4 to 6 dots pop up. I told y'all. I told y'all.
Like Debo is quiet when I creep on the scene. She say nothing when I'm around, but wanna speak when I leave. I say it anywhere, you pussy, and I speak what I mean. I hit you with 112, she think it's pieces and cream.
Bro, we've been shooting 30 shots since we was kids. What you think we shoot now? We'll drop a whole hun to Lou lose his life. Y'all think I can't dance with Lou? Wow!
Get so close. 4-4. 2 sticks to the waist like I roll balls. 1 shot. Pow. Then they both go. Pow. 4-5. 38.
You mean body? Get the shutting down. How you gonna system crash? This clown better stop it, cause this shit gonna cost you an arm and a leg. And by the looks of things, you already put down the deposit.
Mind gone. I be ready to spin and keep spinning like a cyclone. Y'all be comparing how far y'all went to how far I've gone. I be trying to compare how far my fiends travel for crack rocks. Those were my milestones. Nigga,
the most consistent, transcending across multiple battle rap eras, epitome of performance, of energy, of just raw love for the culture, Tay-Rock, the GOAT, the battle rap logo. He has done everything from giving shots to taking down the juggernauts of battle rap, the God tiers, the legends, every stage you can think of, every league you can think of, every tier you can think of, he has mastered and conquered it. His work ethic knows no boundaries, none whatsoever, which is epitomized by the run that he's on in 2024. Tay-Rock has given us endless classics, endless moments, from the seatbelt line versus Hollow to Don, to the Emmett Till Will versus Ill Will, to, again, gun titles versus NWX. His contribution to battle rap is literally indescribable. He is the GOAT.
Bye. Everything's tinted. Like Skid Rows, keep your lips closed. We outside his crib with extendos. We gon' hop Bill Gates and start the running windows.